What you are looking at here is actually a self-evolving AI agent. What I mean by that is that the AI agent will generate new tools on demand, on the fly, in like 1 to 3 seconds on average. And you can ask it to do anything. Let me show you how you can test this. You can go to github.com/poltergeist/magic and clone magic today, or you can download the Docker images and run it locally, at which point all you gotta do is like to configure it with your own OpenAI API key and, you know, root password, and that's it. So let's see what this thing can do. Remember I told you I want to test the Hyperlambda generator. Okay, please give me a task, right? At which point he will show you the prompt he's going to use, that it's going to pass into the Hyperlambda generator. Then it's going to generate Hyperlambda code. Then it's going to execute the code and show the raw JSON result. And then it's going to go like this in a loop until I say stop. Okay, scrape iniro.io's sitemap and return the first 15 URLs. Now the Hyperlambda generator is capable of generating this code in between 1 and 3 seconds, which is actually fast enough for you to not need tools at all, arguably, because you can have an empty AI agent with one single tool, which is to create tools. And then have that Hyperlambda generator become like the one tool that solves every single problem you have. Right, you saw I just returned 15 URLs from, you know, iniro sitemap, okay? Load readme.md and return its content. Let's see what it can do then. Now this is based upon my own LLM, which I've spent the entirety of 2025 building. And, you know, I don't know how many hours. It's like an immense amount of work. I almost have 50,000 Hyperlambda examples, which I fine-tuned GPT 4.1 million. This prompt, it loads the README file, encrypts it, and then it returns the encrypted content. So this isn't a toy. This is something real. Okay, load readme.md, encrypt it using AES with XYZ password. Then return the raw content. Use that exact prompt. And there you go. Return the first user from my magic database and its users table, but only return username and created, not password. And there we go. Crawl iniro.io and return all external hyperlinks in addition to their anchor text values. Search DuckDuckGo for Thomas Hansen Hyperlambda. Use the generator. Scrape the third match and return all H2 and H1 elements. And there we go. Let's stop it and tell it, I want to SEO analyze my website. You see, the point about this thing is that none of these tools existed, right? And it just generated throwaway tools on demand as it needed them in order to solve the task I was giving it, right? Now, by combining this on top of each other, on top of additional workflows, you can create immensely complex stuff, such as this workflow that allows me to search engine optimize a website. I'm going to ineeda.io, which point what the thing's going to do is going to like read the sitemap, figure out how many links there are, etc., etc. Let me see, and count URLs. Yeah, so we only want to analyze the first 5 pages. Now what it's doing is crawling my sitemap for the first 5 URLs it finds. Then it is returning the H1 title and meta description, which obviously are important for search engine optimization reasons, for obvious reasons. Yes, we want it to continue doing image alt tags, right? External, internal links, page load, performance. It can even, you know, measure how many milliseconds it takes to load an image, everything like that. Right, so it's got absolutely everything required to perform a technical SEO analysis. And then of course, ChatGPT, the underlying model, can use that data to perform, you know, a normal SEO analysis. Now let's create a downloadable PDF SEO report of like, you know, okay, 4.7 out of 5, that's probably correct. I got a couple of issues with my website, which I do know about. However, let's have a look at the report and see what it gave us. Download, and here you go. Okay, AI agents, load time, milliseconds, blistering fast. Of course, I'm using CDN. Image SEO, 40 images per page roughly, all have alt tags. Everything looks good, I guess. Overall SEO health, 4.7 out of 5. You see this thing here, the Hyperlambda generator, right, allows me to create a tool on demand. Let's say I, for instance, have, you know, let's say I want to scrape a website for machine learning training material, okay? Create a new machine learning type named howdy to. Use the Hyperlambda generator and create the following, and use the following prompt. Scroll ineeda.io's sitemap for the first 5 URLs. Then retrieve these 5 URLs and convert them into Markdown. And retrieve its H1 value. Use the H1 as prompt and the Markdown as completion, and insert into Magic database and ML training snippets table. Use howdy2 as your static type value and the H1 and Markdown as prompt completion. Let's see if this works. This is a fairly long prompt. I'm kind of like pushing it now, right? However, let's see if it works. Okay, so here we got some Hyperlambda code. Let's get sitemap. It's getting 5 URLs. It's retrieving each URL. It's converting it to Lambda, combined H1 trim, Lambda to HTML. Then it finds the body, HTML to converts. Yeah, execute. And the point is now, I've just created a daemon, a background task that will, you know, go around and, you know, like crawl pages and actually insert, let me see, didn't it create the machine, howdy to guy? Yes, then execute the HL again. I didn't create the howdy2 type, obviously. So now it's going to create the howdy2 type. And let's see. AI workflows, make your content visible, custom AI expert system, website AI chatbots, and no-code AI agents. Those were the 5 first pages from my website. And here you can see the content. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.